The AI tool gives you access to a set of agents, and each agent is connected to a knowledge base which contains regulation and directive texts. We have two types of agents. We have the general agents, one for the EU, one for the US. These contain a broad knowledge base that covers regulations and directives for a wider range of products. And then we have the specialized agents. Let's say the GPSR. So if you know that you have questions about the GPSR, then you select the GPSR specialized agent. Let's begin. Okay, so now I asked the agent to check if there are harmonized standards under the GPSR for children's products. And it suggested a few. Let's try something else. Please list harmonized standards for gym equipment under the GPSR using a numbered list. We'll see if the AI can structure it that way. And it did. So here it suggested some examples. And the only reason it can do so is because as part of this GPSR agent in the knowledge base, we have included a list of harmonized standards directly from the EU. So it's a collection. It's not just the legislation text. It's not just a regulation text, but it also contains related, other documents that relate to the GPSR. So that means it's a lot more dynamic. It's almost like I'm discussing this with the GPSR itself, if it was a person. Now, an LLM is not a person. I'll get to that in a bit. But just for context. Let's say I have questions about the CPSIA. Where would I begin? Let's say I wonder if lead is restricted. Is lead restricted or banned for toys? And the CPSIA applies to children's products in the United States. Just so you know. Yes, it's restricted and banned for toys. That may not actually be entirely correct. Let's explore this further. What is the maximum limit for lead in toys? Okay. You can see that it states that the limit is 100 ppm. Okay. Now keep in mind that an LLM doesn't do any fact check. It is not aware of what is being output. A large language model is essentially predicting the probability of the next word, and thus it creates these outputs, these sequences of words. Now keep in mind, you should never act on anything that's written here. Instead, the way the AI tool should be used is that you explore, you dig into different requirements. Is this restricted? Is this banned? And then as you have this sort of conversation with the AI agent, you can go deeper. Okay, it's restricted. What's the limit? What does it apply to? Are there exemptions? And so on and so forth. And this can be extremely helpful, useful, when you maybe have requirements list in front of you, or maybe a regulation text that can be very dense and maybe feel overwhelming. Whereas the AI agent can make this a bit more conversational, can help you to dig into, to explore, to navigate the requirements that can apply. So that's really the way these AI agents should be used. And of course you can copy these texts and you can then save the statements and you can go fact check them one by one. And if you want to see the sources that each knowledge base contain, then you can do so here. So that's public information. We're very transparent.